All right, let's talk about the Watchers. Who are they? What was it about? This is the book of Enoch. All right. I'm not gonna read out of nothing, but in the book of Enoch, it talks about these Watchers, and the Watchers are the ones that taught man divination, knowledge of divination, knowledge of the difference between good and evil. That's who the Watchers are. The Watchers are the angels, the Anunnaki, the Sumerian gods, the Greek gods. Most of these myths come from somewhere. They start somewhere. There's a beginning to them somewhere. Essentially, what happens is through time, we forget. You forget, who you are, what you are, where you came from. Because I guess maybe, this is my opinion on it based off of other people's research on it. I believe that we go through cycles. Every 2,000 years, we go through a specific cycle. Golden Age, Bronze Age, and then you have clay, and everything is it firm on solid ground. So these Watchers, after I told you who they are, the Anunnaki and all them, you can actually read about them. Then you can read what happened before them. Most of us, we don't look at these stories in the proper time like within time, right? We look at the Bible is probably the last 2, maybe 3,000 years. Then you go to something before that. Let's go to like the Vedas, right? That goes back even further, right? Then you go to when the Sumerians wrote their stuff. That's going back even further than those two. So it gives you a better understanding of how time is broken up, right? It starts off, the gods was around, they doing stuff, then you had children that were half gods, and then you had children that were less gods, and then you had no more gods. Because the power got so diluted through in man. Right? Scripture says there's going to be a time when God isn't with us. So this is obviously meaning it's a connection. There's a connection that one seeks to obtain, but we have lost that due to the ages or our ignorance of law, how we're supposed to conduct ourselves in this earth plane, right? Most of us are just law-abiding citizens, right? We're not gonna do nothing to nobody, but there's some of us that need to be taught why the world is the way that it is, because they have that connection. Everybody has it. Maybe, I don't know, maybe more, some more than others, but I could never really tell you. So the Watchers create man right? Inky, Enlil, Nersag, Marduk, these guys, they create man, which is depicted in the Hindu stuff where there's like monkey men, right? So those are just pictures. You have to get into the writings and the words and the story about them. I'll be at the scene anyway. I'm gonna get off into a tangent. Yeah, the monkey man. So you see that and you say, hey, maybe there is something to the scriptures, because if the Hindus is talking about monkey men, the Vedas, the Hindus talking about monkey men, and then the Sumerians are talking about creating man out from monkeys. There's something to it. There's something to it. There's a main story within the scriptures. There's something to it. So the Watchers created these people, and in time, things started to go south. Right? Man isn't being taught law. Man is being slept with by the angels. They're committing sin. So now you're saying, the angels could commit sin? So what is sin? Right? Know ye not that we shall judge angels also. Huh? So angels sin. So what is sin? You know? We don't ask these questions, but that's what you should ask. What is sin? If angels can do it, what is that? Oh, anybody can follow this. So wait. If anybody can follow this, what's so hard right here? What's so hard? Because the scriptures, Jesus do say, I forgot. But with the Watchers being the ones that did that, they had, obviously they have a connection to something. Something was able to communicate with the Watchers, because you have reports back from Enoch that they were going to be punished. 200 of them. Well, what is that about? Right? You have to find that. They don't talk about those particular things within the Bible. They talk about it somewhere else. These are the type of questions I had. So I'm like, well, who is the God? Who is the devil? The further you go back in history, you find out. So when you watching movies like Hercules and about Zeus and all them, that was in the time of those things when we had spiritual power and could do spiritual things. Now we can't, because we're falling away from God. And God is just natural law. In order to thrive, right, in something, everything has to have peace and harmony in the resources. If God created us, you think he created us to die, or we are willfully ignoring the massive elephant in the room? Like, if it was a small room and everybody's in there and there's an elephant, suffocate the room. Like, whoa, shit. We're all clearly living life and having questions about what life is. Right? One of the biggest keys to who the angels was to me was when I read in the Moorish Science Temple's 101s, when it asked who are the angels. We'll see now, okay, another hidden religion or hidden belief system or another belief system that hasn't crossed my path. They're saying that man, the Asiatic man, the man of hue, the indigenous man, was so advanced on this plane. And we limited ourselves. We limited ourselves by ignoring normal things, basic things. So there is no God or devil. Because those are the things that you battle with every single day of your life. Those are your options, the good and the bad. Those are your options. You could choose the good or you could choose the bad. Those are the options in the world. Always have been, always will be, never will change. If you choose the bad, you end up in a world like this. 40-hour work weeks. No time to yourself and your kids and your family. No growth spiritually, mentally. Partying week in, week out. No thoughts about anything. No political views. Just voting for crooked people to run your city. And then wonder why things get bad. You live in fucking Gotham City and you watch movies about your life and then you don't even really equate the two. Don't put the two and two together. No one can write anything outside of what you know or what you can observe or see. Nobody can. Because we're able to talk about stuff that go into space because we've seen somebody with a rocket go into space and then we were told they were in space. We've seen video of it. So we think that we went into space. So of course, natural progression, you're gonna build bigger ships. So that's where science fiction comes in. You just elaborate off of a lie that everybody experienced. If they never went to space, you think they were talking about going to space? Hell no. If you read in the Bible, they see things in space, but they didn't know what they were. You know what they are because we've been seeing it forever. So we're able to talk about those things. But like I said, nothing can be written of with us without us knowing it. Somebody's being inspired by the world that we all live in. Once again, we choose the bad. We choose the bad. One day we will look back at this time and we'll be like, man, the world is stranger than we ever knew it was. That's why I enjoy that these children will get to see the world that was prophesied forever. Wherever you really created, it's not really destabilized. Wherever you really created, the system that the world can use to be free, an open and free flowing society where information flows. You know, people say gossiping, right? You're supposed to be able to talk to people and give them information. Maybe not some personal, like your mom was crying about something, you know, like nah, but things that happen, major things, you're supposed to tell other people. This is what makes us family in the world. This is what we was before we fell. Peaceful, loving people. We're still peaceful, loving people. Give the drug out of the community. Look at us. Peace and loving people. We portray ourselves to be harder than we really are. I mean, we are extremely powerful, but we're gentle hearted. This is about the watchers, man. Figure out why we went from that, what's written about us, to this. Peace.